Yes guys, welcome back to another video. Welcome to the George Benson Football Channel for your second Chelsea video of the day. First one was an overview, a look at the Chelsea squad that we've taken on our pre-season tour to the US before the Wrexham game. That because it's in America, right, and I'm in Bali, this is totally different opposite ends of the spectrum of the world, okay? The game is on at 7:30 a.m. in my time on Thursday. So it's going to be probably Wednesday somewhere for some of you, Thursday for some of you. I can't wait. 6 Things We Learned is going to be back. If you're excited for 6 Things We Learned to return, hit the like button on this video. And today, we're going to discuss Aubameyang. We're going to give updates on Moises Caicedo. It's bloody close, guys. It's getting closer, you know. It's getting really close now. We're going to talk Ethan Ampadu. And we're also going to take a little look at some horrifying news that Chelsea may well be going for Harry Maguire. But before we do that, I just want to give a little word to today's video sponsor. Today's video is sponsored by Chelsea's official betting partner, PARIMATCH UK. PARIMATCH are currently offering a deal to new customers where you will receive £30 in free bets when you make your first £10 deposit and then place that £10 on any footballing market bet with odds of 2.0 or higher. Chelsea's pre-season friendlies are literally right around the corner. You've got to opt into the promotion when you sign up for PARIMATCH UK. All of the links are in the description down below, and good luck. Let's get on to the video. We're back. Let's go and check out the news regarding Pierre-Emerick Aubameyang. Marseille and Aubameyang have reached an agreement on a 3-year contract until 2026. Aubameyang open to join Marseille. That's why Marseille are optimistic, confident to get it done. Negotiations with Chelsea not expected to be complicated. Let's be real here. Aubameyang at Chelsea, it was beyond underwhelming. If this is whelming and it's under, like this is very under, like right in the groin area. It's bloody underwhelming, this Aubameyang transfer. Getting a deal at Marseille for 3 years at this stage in his career. There were offers from Saudi. He was interested potentially, but he wanted to stay in Europe. So for him, I say well done. That is a massive club in the south of France, and Marseille are competing at a good level. So let's go and see what he does. But at Chelsea, it was never going to work. Even after I spent time in today's earlier video talking about Mason Burstow and Nicholas Jackson being the only options available as strikers for Chelsea on our pre-season tour. If we had a mission to get rid of the deadwood, Aubameyang was considered deadwood at Chelsea last season, and I'm glad he's gone, to be quite honest. It sounds horrible, but it's just bloody true. The latest updates now regarding Moises Caicedo. According to The Athletic, Caicedo will join Brighton for their US tour, but the expectation is that Chelsea's interest now will gather pace. First of all, I'm going to give my off-the-cuff thoughts on why this is taking so long. Because this Caicedo deal, Chelsea are the club that Caicedo wants. Personal terms were almost agreed a decade ago when I was just a wee little nipper, walking around, running around. I don't understand here what Chelsea are trying to do. We know how Brighton operate. Brighton are tough negotiators. They know the price they want for their players, and they very rarely budge from it. We got absolutely rinsed last summer in the signing of Marc Cucurella. And Brighton have been absolutely congruent with what they've said they wanted the entire time. So at the moment, Chelsea are offering around 10-15 million less than what Brighton have always said they wanted. What do we expect other than rejection for these bids? Chelsea and Brighton have held positive talks in recent days over the possible sale of Caicedo. He has his heart set on the move, and his head will not be turned despite interest from elsewhere. This to me just sounds like some kind of Love Island chat where one of the cast members drags the girl that he's given a little smooch to the sofa, usually near some kind of fire pit. When the new guys walked in, she turned her head and was like, oh, he's a bit pretty. He wants to go over and say, have you had your head turned? What are we doing here? Of course, eventually, Caicedo's head will be turned. If there are other clubs out there that want to spend the money on him, that aren't going to dilly-dally, faff around like Chelsea have done, Caicedo wants to leave Brighton because, no disrespect to Brighton, but there are significantly bigger clubs, not just Chelsea, that could seriously do and desire the services of Moises Caicedo. So in my head, this needs to move now. It's not even just about dilly-dallying, faffing. It's about Pochettino will get the best out of this Chelsea squad this season when he has his squad as soon as possible in the pre-season. Every Chelsea successful team in the past 10 years has been built on the manager having and knowing what he wants early. Chelsea execute that business early so that that manager knows what he's got to work with and he can develop tactics and build the team in the vision in which he sets out to do from the very start. Caicedo's going to be flipping in America with Brighton, so let's sign the man now. Let's get him to fly somewhere in the country to join us before the end of this tour. I don't know if that's going to be possible with the way that Chelsea have been going so slow. There's also an element of this that makes me think, well, we've heard it's close. I've joked about it countless times. It just does my bloody head in. We know that he wants to come to us. We know that Brighton are going to be difficult. So these negotiations that are going on behind the scenes, I am fascinated to see exactly what went on, what the stumbling blocks were, the sticking points that Brighton and Chelsea just couldn't work out. Is it the payment terms? Is it the total fee? Is it that Brighton have got this ludicrous 100 million, Chelsea are offering 80, which I think is very fair. Brighton, I want to smash these guys up, right, during this pre-season friendly. We've got them in a few days' time. Let's annihilate Brighton. And let's just hope, maybe, Caicedo plays, we beat them 6-0, and then he just walks into the wrong dressing room accidentally on purpose. That's the best thing I can think that could happen. It would make for an incredible dramatic story. It would get views on YouTube. I would be absolutely buzzing. Fabrizio Romano says Chelsea are prepared to improve their proposal for Caicedo. It's a verbal conversation. The hope for Chelsea is they get it done this week. Yes, this week at the latest. If not, my prediction is this is going to fall through. In my opinion, if we don't get it done this week, I don't see it happening. Ethan Ampadu. This is an interesting one because Ampadu is one of those players that can be used in different positions. He's versatile, CDM, centre-back. We're looking very weak in both of those areas right now because defenders are injured and they're injury-prone defenders. So what do we have to work with? 7 million. Ethan Ampadu to Leeds United. I think Ethan Ampadu is a classic story of how over the years, Chelsea having so many players on loans, we have failed Ethan Ampadu, in my opinion. I think he's a quality footballer who deserved more of a chance at Chelsea. And even when we loan him out, we send him on some abysmal loans. He's been relegated with Sheffield United. I think he was nearly relegated last season, or he was relegated. We're sending him to teams that are woeful, where he's being asked to carry them. When he plays for Wales, he's excellent. When he plays at top teams, he's good. Ethan Ampadu's a good footballer. 7 million. Yeah, okay, if we're not going to use him, we need the money. There's no point sending him on another loan. But overall, I feel for the bloke. He's always wanted to be at Chelsea. He's been here for a very, very long time. And I just think he deserved better from us, if I'm being honest with you. But Leeds, great player for them to sign. They'll be looking to get straight back into the Premier League. Chelsea are one of the teams keen on signing Harry Maguire. I think this is painful. And it's not just because I'm following the trend of, everyone just seems to shove Maguire under the bus. I think Maguire gets stick. Absolutely justified. When you come in for that money, you played very well for England on numerous occasions, I'll give him that, but we're not talking about England here. We're talking about the way he's played for Manchester United. And now we're talking about potentially bringing him to Chelsea. There's West Ham interested, Spurs interested, Newcastle interested. I don't see it. I don't think Maguire is a top-level centre-back. We would probably have to spend way too much money than we actually should to bring him to the club. And overall, I think this would just be an atrocious move for Chelsea. I think he's past it. His best days are gone. And I don't think he would get any better at Chelsea Football Club, if I'm very honest with you. Yes, he plays right centre-back, which could be useful for us, considering Badiashile, Colwill, but nah, absolutely not. Thiago Silva is the experience in that back line, and I don't want to add the experience of Maguire, because I think amongst all of that experience is also just calamity, chaos, and not a very good centre-back. in my opinion. On his day for England, though, I will say it, not just to totally say he's the worst footballer I've ever seen, he's not. For England, at times, he's been magnificent. Even for United, at times, he's been very good. But overall, he's declined, and I don't want to see Harry Maguire at Chelsea Football Club. Personally, let me know your thoughts on all of the stories today in the comments down below. News is a bit slow at the minute, but obviously I've been more than slow because I finally have a new MacBook. It's shiny, it's 2023, it's an M2 chip. I'm buzzing about this one. Make sure you go and check out PARIMATCH to put your bets on for the Chelsea pre-season friendlies. Get 30 quid for free. It's magnificent. Link at the top of the description. And we're back tomorrow with double uploads again, and 6 things we learned is around the corner. So hit the like if you enjoyed this one. Come on, you Blues.